You know, when it comes to new models of the Nintendo Switch, and when you compare them to the likes of the 3DS special models, they don't really hold a candle, do they? Now don't get me wrong, I love the two ones that we got with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Splatoon 3 Oled models looking really cool, but compare that to something like the Smash Bros 3DS edition, or even the SNES edition, which just looks fantastic, and it just doesn't hold a candle for me. I hope they go all out with the potential Tears of the Kingdom edition though. By the way, do you think we'll get a Tears of the Kingdom OLED model? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the RoboChancho, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not. In this video, we are going to talk about the Nintendo investor meeting, one of the questions that they use that paints a pretty cool picture for the Nintendo Switch when it comes to the Switch 2, if that could happen, or are we getting a Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch edition? As well as Nintendo's thought process when it comes to new Nintendo Switch news, Nintendo Directs, and new games and so on. Which kind of confirms the Nintendo momentum theory that I have that a lot of you guys hear me bring up on this channel. If you guys enjoy this video, leave a like, it helps the video out when you do, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is RoboRob93. So the Nintendo Switch is still selling very well. Not only are consoles selling very strong though, but software is also selling very well as as the new OLED models too. In fact, if you guys didn't hear, Animal Crossing became the best-selling Nintendo Switch game of all time in Japan. I mean, they even beat Mario and Zelda, which is a pretty big feat. I definitely want to talk about that later in a separate video. But I think now more than ever, there are some people who are wondering what's next. When is the next Nintendo console gonna drop or be revealed? Plenty speculate it's gonna happen with Tears of the Kingdom. Others speculate that it's gonna be at E3 2023 like me, and some people think it's gonna be in 2024, or even going as far as saying it's gonna be in 2025. So how could we possibly know when this is gonna happen? Well, you can look at the good old Nintendo momentum, which for those who don't know what that is, it's basically understanding Nintendo's marketing by looking at what they did in the past. Essentially using Nintendo's past as a way to predict their future. For example, if you want to know when the next big Nintendo Direct is, it's more than likely gonna be in February. Since 2019, Nintendo has been doing a February Nintendo Direct every single year. Aside from 2020, of course, because that's when the pandemic started, which is understandable. Now, it wasn't until recently with the investor meeting that Nintendo semi-confirmed the theory on the strategy on how they release new games, directs, consoles, and of course the new OLED that will most likely happen with Zelda according to what they said in this. And this is exactly what they said. Shintaro Furukawa, president and CEO. Regarding the next fiscal year, I think Nintendo Switch will continue to have momentum going into its 7th year by working hard on the year-end sales season so that it can exceed our full year sales plan. And you know, I kind of find it funny that they even use the word momentum. I just found that a little funny. But anyways, continuing. Currently, Nintendo Switch sales are trending strongly. In terms of demand, although new demand is certainly different from the few years after launch, the launch of special hardware for Splatoon 3 and Pocket Monsters Scarlet Violet has contributed to an increase in demand for multiple units at home. We have been able to generate a variety of demand, including replacement demand from conventional models of Nintendo Switch, organic OLED model. Regarding the Nintendo Switch business next fiscal year, we would like to basically approach it in the same way as this fiscal year. In terms of software, we plan on releasing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet next week, and we plan to release titles related to Nintendo's important IPs such as The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4 next fiscal year. And that was the quote. Make sure you guys tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section below. But other than that, what does this all mean? Well, let's break it down. Nintendo is saying that the Nintendo Switch sales are still going strong. Not as strong as the first couple years, of course, that's understandable, but it's still strong enough for them to see it worth continue with the Nintendo Switch. And by continuing with the Nintendo Switch, I mean new Nintendo Switch OLED models that are additions for the games that are releasing. The line that says, we have been able to generate a variety of demand, including replacement demand on conventional models of Nintendo Switch, organic OLED model. Regarding the Nintendo Switch business next fiscal year, we would like to basically approach it in the same way as this fiscal year. This means that Nintendo fully plans on making another OLED going forward. They're repeating the same process over again, and most likely that also extends to Nintendo Direct directs, the way they release games and news and reveals. And this is something that I've been saying for a while based on the Nintendo momentum. Nintendo has done OLEDs for their big games, Splatoon 3 and Pokemon being the most recent examples. It's basically Nintendo saying, hey, that worked really well, let's just do it again. Which makes sense. If something works, you keep on doing it until it doesn't work and then you try a new thing, especially if it's making you money. So with this in mind, I think we can not only expect an OLED model for the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but we can also expect one for Pikmin 4 as well, and maybe even Metroid Prime 4. And this is why. They talk about multiple units in a household. This means that Nintendo is not thinking about new consoles in the way that, say, Xbox and Sony would. Those two companies probably don't expect multiple PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles, but with the Switch, the nature of the portability aspect and different features between the OLED OG Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite makes people buy more than one. Hell, my sister has a Switch Lite and an OLED Nintendo Switch. Actually, you know what? This is actually a perfect chance. How much Nintendo Switches do you guys own? Tell me in the comment section below, because I'd be incredibly curious if that reflects the same thing that they're saying in this investor meeting. Personally, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't have enough money to buy another OLED Switch. I still have to save my money for the bills and so on. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I don't have the money for that, but if I did, I probably would have bought a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OLED Switch. Hell, if I had the money, I would buy a new edition of every Nintendo Switch. And one of them would definitely be used for certain reasons that you're seeing on the screen right now. So if people are continuing to buy multiple Nintendo Switches, why wouldn't you bring out more OLED models to increase those sales for those consoles, which means more software sales as well, which means more money. I mean, it's the same hardware, they're easy to produce, and I'm sure that Nintendo loves making more money off of these new editions, and the fans love it, so it's all around a win-win for everybody. Now, what does this have to do with the Nintendo Switch 2 or the next Nintendo console? Well, we know that Nintendo considers the Nintendo Switch in its half-time lifetime. People have been saying that for more than a year now, I think, so I think we're actually past that point. It's clear that the OLED models are still coming out despite the need for more capable hardware for some of these Nintendo Switch games to run better. So more than likely, Nintendo's plan is to release 2 OLED models before E3 2023, and at that point, we'll get a new Nintendo Switch reveal. Personally, I think they should call it a new Nintendo Switch, kinda harkening back to the new Nintendo 3DS, which will avoid that Wii U confusion. If you guys didn't know, people were really confused on what the Wii U was. Was it an add-on for the Wii? Was it a separate console? And so on. Now, they say that the Nintendo Switch is in its 7th year, so within the next 1 or 2 years, we will most likely see that new Switch or new console or whatever they're gonna be doing. Nintendo typically likes to keep a 5 to 7 year lifespan on their handhelds and consoles, so more than likely that's gonna happen. And judging by the words that they used within this Nintendo investor meeting, which we covered in the last video, it seems that they're gonna be going with the new Switch. A new Switch with hopefully some extra kick in it. And for those wondering if you'll still be able to play those Nintendo Switch games on the next Nintendo Switch, click the top right corner of this video for that answer. This was also some information that came out of that investor meeting, and I broke that down as well. Now, if you want to finish this video and then watch that video, there will be a link in the pinned comment. Now, as to when the OLED model can be revealed, well, we know that Nintendo says that they want to repeat the process of this year when it comes to releases and marketing and so on. So again, let's look at the reveal date and the release date for the Pokemon OLED Switch model, and of course the Splatoon model as well. So the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet model was revealed 2 months ago on September 7th, 2 months before the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OLED Nintendo Switch, which was released on November 4th. The game was released on October 18th, which is tomorrow. So it was revealed around 15 days before the release of the game. Now when it comes to the Splatoon one, it was revealed on July 6th, released on August 8th, and then released on September 8th. Well, the game was released on September 8th. Now, if we were to take Nintendo's words on them saying they want to follow the same pattern, which most likely extends to other things other than the OLED model, by the way, there are 2 possible dates for the reveal of the Tears of the Kingdom OLED model. The first one is the first week of April, or the second one could be the first week of March. Now, personally, if I was Nintendo, I'd probably just throw the OLED model reveal in that February Nintendo Direct because it's just a month away from March, so why not? I fully believe that February Nintendo Direct is going to happen just like they have been doing for the past, what, I think it would be 4 years now? But hey, that's just me. I'm not Nintendo, so what do I know? Now, as for the Pikmin one, well, we don't really have a date for Pikmin yet, but when we do get a release date for Pikmin, which most likely will happen in that February Nintendo Direct if Nintendo is going to release it next fiscal year, and it's been in development for like, what, how long? Since like the launch of the Wii U, I think, or something? It's been like 10 plus years or something. I'll give my thoughts on that when that happens. But overall, guys, interesting stuff. Make sure you guys tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Do you agree with my dates on when we're gonna see an OLED model? Do you think the next Nintendo Switch is gonna be revealed at E3? Just tell me your thoughts on all of those cool topics in the comment section below, and let's just discuss it. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.